Welcome back to another Pokemon Following Friday, the home of the weekly market updates. This is your one-stop shop for all your Pokemon information. We go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news like cards or sets that get revealed. And if I do see any good deals, I always try to throw them in here too. We do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Metatcg. Do you guys have any Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Magic the Gathering bulk laying around? Because I bet you do. And you could trade it in for cash or some of these amazing cards. They literally got a Umbreon V alternate art, First Edition Rockets Mewtwo, First Edition Dark Dragonite, and a base set 2 Charizard with a ton of more cards. All the cards have to be is near mint, and they literally show you how to do everything. They even have a video showing you how to pack everything. You just fill out your info, tell them exactly how many cards you have, send it off, and you're getting a bunch of cash or some beautiful cards. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. All right, let's get started. We're going to hop to PokeBeard. Check out the new Inferno X secret rares. Let me know down below what you guys are most excited for. I think the art looks pretty sweet. I think we got a good variety of Pokemon for the illustration rares. We got Dugong, Piplup, Flygon. Super excited for Flygon. Wigglytuff. So, I mean, we're getting some older Gen 1 Pokemon too. We got Mega Heracross. Honestly, I think these full arts are some of the coolest full arts we've ever gotten. I mean, just check out that Heracross. And then even the Charizard. This might be my favorite full art Charizard we've ever gotten. Like, I'm talking about just a regular full art. I don't know what it is, but I love like the pink and the blue, and I don't know, the whole card looks pretty nice for a full art. And then, you know, you go to these full arts, a lot more boring. You know, just your plain orange, blue, and purple. We got the Mega Sharpedo. That looks nice. Empoleon in here. That's sweet. Got some solid trainers. Now this Charizard, man, this thing is honestly crazy. Might be the best Charizard we've ever gotten. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, that is super, super tough to beat. Just to have all of them in one card like that. Beautiful art. It's just so tough. Let me know down below what you guys think this card is going to be selling for. I am very curious. I have a feeling it's going to be very, very expensive. And then we got the Oricorio here, and this is done by Shinji Kanda. So you know this thing's going to pop off too. Don't know how expensive this one will be because this is a very small set. So a lot of these cards should be relatively easy to pull. And then we got some Rotom here. The Mega Sharpedo EX, SIR. I think this thing looks pretty sweet. Kind of want to see this one in person. And then we got the Mega Lopunny here. And then pretty nice trainer. And then the gold Charizard. I'm also super curious on how expensive this card is going to be because, man, the gold stuff right now is getting pretty hyped up. Even a lot of the smaller gold cards are actually going up in price. People are starting, you know, to appreciate some of the gold cards. I've always enjoyed the gold cards and rainbow cards. You know, I thought they were beautiful. They're Mrs. Beard's favorite cards. But yeah, I think that's a really good looking gold card. And then it also says down here, I found this interesting. It's possible our Phantasmal Flames will contain the unreleased Meowth and Paldean Wooper promos from last November's Starter Deck Generation Special Battle Set. Now, if you guys know, these were dirt cheap when they came out, Japanese exclusives, and they're worth a good amount now. If I can remember, I want to say Meowth is like $400 in a PSA 10 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So if we do get these in English, the cards in Japanese will definitely drop in price. So I have a feeling once this becomes bigger news, and if it is real, the cards will definitely start ticking down pretty quickly. All right, next on PokeBeard, we got a new Paldean Fates collection box. Finally getting some Paldean Fates packs. And we got a good amount in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 packs. Not too bad. Especially right now, Bubble Mew's going crazy. If people can find this for MSRP, which I know is going to be tough, people are going to be having a blast chasing that Bubble Mew. That is for sure. And we do not know the exact price or release date yet. And I also found this pretty interesting. We're still on PokeBeard here. The celebratory fanfare promo to release in English as an Ace Trainer reward. This is the first time the promo will release outside of Asia. And this card will be given out to players from North America, Europe, and Oceania who have achieved Ace Trainer status by the end of the 2025 season, which means earning 200 championship points. But if you really look at the card, the art is super, super nice. Got the Mewtwo in there, the Ho-Oh. So this is a super cool card. I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of this art to where maybe if people start selling these cards, if they do get them, you know, maybe you want to pick one up on the secondary market. I'm not sure how expensive they're going to be, but I just thought that was pretty interesting. But all right, let's get into it. And as you guys know, there's not a ton of stuff going down in price, but we are going to be checking all of the new English Mega Evolution card prices because, you know, the set is technically out for pre-release and stuff, so there's a ton of cards on the market. But let's go through it here. We got the Twilight Masquerade ETB, still not going back up in price. All last sold right at $70. It's going to be hanging out there for a while. And then next, we got the Paldean Fates Booster Pack. This is literally just down like $1 or $2, but I have a feeling it might go down a couple dollars more once we actually get that Paldean Fates collection box. But it was at, $16. Now last sold $15, $15.48, $15.15. So literally just went down a little bit. Just threw it in here to go with the collection box, because this will start ticking down slowly once we actually start getting the boxes in hand. Next, we have the Celebrations Reshiram here. So again, these are not going down in price a lot. It got to a little over $20. Now that sold 16, 16, 16, and 17. But a lot of these Celebration cards went crazy. They leveled out. Now they're starting to come down in price a little bit. And then once we get closer to the 30th, I have a feeling they're all going to like double and triple if this market is still the same. And same thing too with the Black Zekrom, just going down in price a little bit. Last sold 18, 18, 20, 21, 17. And same thing with the Mew EX. I mean, all their charts look exactly the same. Last sold 9, that's crazy low. 19, 19, and then we got a model he played for 12. And then we got the Shiny Magikarp. This one just started to go down in price. Last sold 49, 47, 40, 41, 47. But I genuinely do think these cards will have another spike once we actually get to the 30th, because we still got a little bit. Next, we got the Galdango EX from Paradox Rift. This got to like $32, $33. Now that sold 23, 43, 25, 25, 24. Next, we have the Baby Shiny Ralts. This got to about $21, $22. Now that sold 12, 10, 9. Next, the Gouging Fire EX. This card got up to about $53. Was the year high. Now that sold 34, 38, 32, 35. I swear, I don't hear anybody ever talk about Temporal Forces anymore. Next, we got the Durant EX. This was at $40 for a while. Now that sold 22, 21, 21, and 20. Next, we have the Moltres Brilliant Stars promo. I think this is from the Build and Battle box. And crazy art. And look at the artist, Shinji Kanda. So let's check the 1 year. High was about $18. It just started coming down in price now. 13, 14, 9, 10, 15. So if you guys are Shinji fans, beautiful card. If you guys did not know on TCG Player, you guys can click the artist right here. And it brings you to all of the cards that they have done. He's done a lot of cheap commons and stuff that you guys could pick up. And I mean, all the art is crazy on it. Every single one. The Aerodactyl is probably my favorite of like the common cards. So if you guys are on a budget, this is an awesome way to collect, your favorite artist. Because, even some of the Japanese cards, the Roaring Moon EX from Terrestrial Festival is pretty affordable, $27. Next, we got the Cofagrigus here from White Flare. So there's still a few of these cards that have not gone up in price, but there's a ton of these illustration rares that are going up now. So this was at 24. Now that sold 16, 17, 16, 16. Next, we got the Zebstrika. Love this Pokemon, and I love this art. I have not seen this card in person yet. Got to $24, same. Now that sold 14, 15, 15, and 14. Next, we got the Druddigan, another one of my faves. 24, 28. Now that sold 13, 13, 15, 10. Next, we got the Unpheasant from Black Bolt. This was at 15. Now last sold 10, 11, 10. Next, we have the Gold and Zoroark EX from Journey Together. This was a $45 card, and I feel like everybody completely forgot about the Japanese error version, which was selling for over $1,000. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. Last sold now 15, 16, 16, 15. Next, the Volcanion EX from Journey Together. I thought with all the SIRs going up in price, maybe Volcanion would go up a little bit, but nope, it is staying down there. This was a $43 card for a very long time. Now last sold 26, 26. Someone got 8 of them at 26, 16. Next, we got the Whimsicott from White Flare. This was a $42 card. This is a special illustration rare. Now last sold 23, 22, 25. I also feel like no one ever talks about this card either. I feel like the art's pretty solid. Mrs. Beard is a fan. Next, the Iron Crown EX from Prismatic Evolutions. This was a $50 card 3 months ago. And the 1 year high was $111 with 14 items sold. That's crazy, because now last sold 32, 36, 39, 35. So I feel like this is a pretty solid time to pick up this card. Next, we got the Golisopod EX from Paradox Rift. Just starting to come down in price. Almost got to $20. Now that's sold 15, 15, and 15. All right, we are jumping to the Mega Evolution illustration rares. So we got the Inteleon sold for 15, Clawitzer 10, Spearow. Haven't really checked this art out too much yet. Pretty nice. $9. Steelix. This is my favorite modern Steelix that we have gotten. Actually looks mean. I feel like Steelix should be mean. So like the card where he's working with people, it's an adorable card. But I like my Steelix just aggressive. $22 for that. Not bad. Delibird, $9. We'll check the SIRs in a second. Then we got the Ivysaur for 42, Executor for 17, Steelix again for 25, Ivysaur for 40, 52. So Ivysaur looks like it's the most expensive illustration rare. Then we got another Spearow for 9, Ninjask for 10, Shedinja for 9. A couple more of those. Marshadow for $48. Okay, so I had a feeling this one was going to be pretty expensive because of the Pikachu right here. So this is definitely a card to watch for sure. Got the Helioptile for 7, Lit Leo for $8. That's an adorable card. What else we got? We got Gumshoes for $9. So most of the illustration rares are very affordable. I mean, these are pre-release prices too. Inteleon 14. So it looks like it's just the Ivysaur and the Marshadow that are your big boys for the illustration rares. Everything else seems very affordable. And Steelix at 25. We got a Shuckle here at 20. Kind of an interesting art. I was actually a really big fan of Shuckle back in the day. All right, let's check out some special illustration rares. So we got the Gardevoir 350, Lily's Determination, $300. Wow. Mega Gardevoir 400, another 400, another Lily's Determination 250. We got Lieutenant Surge's Bargain for $57. That's a pretty cool card. There's a Mega Lucario 350. On the Japanese side, this card got no love. Like right away, it was dirt cheap. Like a $100 card and then went right down to like $70, where the Gardevoir, got a lot more love, right around 140, 150 on the Japanese side. Wally's Compassion, beautiful art. No complaints there, $56. There it is, the Mega Venusaur, $235. Any more Venusaurs? It's the only Venusaur I have seen. And the Mega Absol, $210. I have a feeling this card will be much cheaper. It is done by, I think, Arita. Yeah, I would never pay these pre-release prices unless you're trying to like get your card graded immediately and trying to have, one of the first PSA 10s on the market and you can see the pictures and you're pretty confident it'll get a 10. That would be the only way. Another Lucario for $375, Venusaur for $220, Mega Latias right here for $400, 2 bids. Wow. There is some awesome cards in the set. I know I've seen a ton of people say it's really mid, but I mean, we got the Mega Gardevoir EX special illustration where we got the Mega Lucario, and then we got the Mega Latias, the Mega Venusaur. That's a crazy 4 Pokemon lineup if you ask me. And then we got the gold card. So here is the gold Mega Gardevoir. We got to sell at 610, 800, 600, 750, 650, 800, 700, 680, 730. It's funny, as someone said a year or two ago that the gold cards were going to be the most expensive cards in this set. I feel like almost every single person would have disagreed with you. Next, we have the Lucario. Last sold 600, 980, 800, 700, 600, 675, 640, 900. There is one good thing about the gold cards. They are technically rarer than special illustration rares. There's a lot of gold cards that are actually really, really tough to pull. They just, never got a lot of love. I do think these are some of the best gold cards we've ever gotten. Still don't think they're at the level of Crown Zenith, but I definitely feel like they're, probably second place. And then we have some Mega Evolution promos. We got the sealed Bulbasaur here. This is a box topper, $40. We got some Pokemon Center ETBs. We got the set for $430, just a Gardevoir for $240. Here's a Bulbasaur for $64. We got the Psyduck Mega Evolution blister promo for $18. Here is the Pokemon Center stamped Riolu, $155. I think this is the only sale that I have found of a Pokemon Center stamp promo so far. I don't think we have one of the Alakazam yet. And then someone had put a PSA 10 candidate and showed how the centering was good and sold it for $168. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people would buy into that, especially if you can see that the centering is really solid. There's a ton of people who love to get, the first PSA 10s on the market. Then we got another Bulbasaur at 50, 60, 44, 46, trying to find the Alakazam. Here we got the regular Alakazam promo, $40. So I'm very curious on how expensive the Pokemon Center stamp one is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty spendy. I mean, Alakazam is a pretty popular Pokemon. And if you take all of the Pokemon Center ETB promos that we've gotten, like of the actual Pokemon, Alakazam is up there for sure, like one of the most popular ones. All right, next, we're going to hop to eBay. Just check on that gold Mega Gardevoir from the Japanese side, from Mega Symphonia. Last sold raw, $315. We got a PSA 9 at $227, $202, raw at $281. The Lucario is holding much stronger. We got one here that sold for $330. It says PSA 10 for sure. I think those are so funny. And then it looks like we got an actual PSA 10 here at $475. 701. That's quite the jump. But definitely going down in price a little bit for sure. And then we got the actual Mega Gardevoir, the special artware on the Japanese side. And it's just slowly falling. Last sold 123, 160, 132, 140, 138. We had a PSA 10 at 309, 255, and 265. And last on the list, we have Phantasmal Flames. Just checking out some eBay recently sold listings. We got the booster box, $300. Pokemon Center ETB, $315. I do have to say, just the box art alone, I think is pretty epic. I mean, that's a sick Charizard on that ETB. It'll be really good for display. Looks like we got 4 booster boxes for $1,121. 2 booster bundles for $126. See, another Pokemon Center ETB for $295. Another one for $320, $300. Any other things? We got a case here. Sealed case of Phantasmal Flames, $2,195. And I'm doing a new thing too, where every single set, starting off with Mega Evolution, I'm getting a sealed booster box case. Worked out a deal where, I'm going to help them out with some tech stuff. And, they're going to help me out. And I'm going to be getting a booster box case for basically cost of every new set release. So I am super, super excited about that. Because then I'm also going to try to get my loose 4 booster boxes like I always do of every set. So that way, I actually have some options. Because you guys know me, if I get a booster box case, I'm never going to really open it anyways, and I'm probably never going to sell it. So I got to have a few loose ones, so I actually have something to where I can maybe trade or sell in the future. Because you guys know I just hate to sell this stuff. But super stoked about that, especially right now. Really, really tough to get that stuff for a good deal. I mean, $2,200 for a sealed booster box case of Phantasmal Flames is nuts. But if this was 2 years ago, I mean, this booster box case would have been $600. I mean, even now, if people have distribution, they can get it for a really good deal compared to $2,200. That's why I do feel like a lot of people who have distribution and stuff like that, they're just sitting on a ton of these. They'll sell a couple to pay for everything that they got, and then they're going to hoard half of what they got probably for the future. And they're not going to sell it to their customers and stuff. I know that's happening all over the US right now. But all right, yeah, I just wanted to check on Phantasmal Flames, just feeling where the prices were at. Pretty similar to where Destined Rivals was at, honestly, when we, got all the box art and stuff for the booster box right around 300, Pokemon Center ETB right around 300. And also, I don't want to put more hype on the set, but if we look at Pokemon history, this could possibly be the greatest Charizard set. We have XY Flashfire, but I feel like the majority of people don't love the arts in there, and most of the arts are just copies of another art, with just a little bit more gold on it. And then, we got Brilliant Stars, which has an amazing Charizard, plus the Rainbow. And, we got some tag team Charizards, but just with this lineup of the Charizard full art, the gold Charizard, and, the special illustration here, which might be the best Charizard we've ever gotten, that's a pretty tough trio Charizard to beat, and I can't really think of a set that just clears it. So, and then also look at Obsidian Flames. Not a very good set at all, and it's doing amazing. It's like $320 a booster box right now. So I have a feeling Phantasmal Flames is going to go crazy. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Falling Friday. If you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It is 99 cents a month. And then also, I will be at Seattle Card Party next week. So if you guys are coming, definitely come say hello. I'll be doing a meet and greet. Got to do a pack battle on stage. Got to go on the main stage. And I'm going to be hosting something, I think. Pretty nervous for that, but it should be a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. And then also, if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where we go over the best Dragonite cards in Pokemon history, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.